Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is all about my hair, which is one of the most asked questions on Instagram, on YouTube, through private DMs. A lot of you guys asked me how I managed to grow my hair back nice and healthy and what products did I use, what did I do, because as you guys know, if you've been watching my videos for a while, about 2 years ago I bleached my hair for like the fourth and final time, and it just got so damaged that my hair was literally fried and it was falling out. I would say that I lost probably about 30 to 40% of my hair, and my hair broke so bad that the front sections were like up to my chin length. Considering my hair was this length, for this much to snap off, it was pretty major, and it got me down for a long time, and I just had to figure out how to deal with it. So today's video is all about how I got over the damaged hair, what products I use, and any tips and tricks that I want to share with you guys, especially if you guys are going through similar things that I went through. This video is for you. First of all, I want to mention the really obvious thing that a lot of people say, and you're just like, oh yeah, but do you actually do it? And that is when your hair is damaged, when it's snapping off, when it's fried, when it looks like a bunch of hay, a bit like horsehair. That's literally what my hair looked like and felt like. The one thing that you must stop doing is putting extra heat on it. I just completely stopped blow drying my hair. I just let my hair air dry, because the more I blow dried it, the more it was getting damaged, and every time I blow dried it, more hair would fall out and I would see it all over my floor, and it would literally just freak me out, because the amount of hair that I was losing at such a rapid speed, it kind of made me, I just didn't want to touch my hair at all. Even washing my hair was quite daunting for me, because even after I got out of the shower, I could see the hair in the little sink bit, the drainage little sink thing, and it would literally freak me out how much hair I was losing. So the last thing I wanted to do was put any heat on it, so I would not blow dry it. I didn't use any straighteners, and for the longest time I just let it air dry. And if I was going out and I really needed to style my hair, then I would run the straighteners through it really quickly, just like once over. I wouldn't like straighten it how I would normally straighten it. And I think that's crucial to letting your hair repair, well, not repair, but letting it breathe and letting it grow back. The first step is to stop putting heat on it. If that's not an option for you and you feel like you really need to style your hair, maybe you're going to work or you have like a lot of events to go to and work do's, then invest in something like this. This is the BABYLISS big hair. When I first bought this, I had pretty long hair and I didn't get on with it. I don't think it's for long hair, because I find that it doesn't work very well. But when my hair was medium length, and especially when my hair was pretty short at the front and a lot of it had snapped off, this actually worked a lot better. So instead of blow drying your hair and then going through with straighteners or a curler, which is double the heat, something like this, which blow dries your hair and styles it at the same time, is a lifesaver, because you're not doing double heat on your hair, you're just doing it once, and that already kind of like minimizes the heat damage. Like, oh, even just thinking of it, like, oh, just putting all that heat on my damaged hair, it was just like, oh. So I still use this a lot now. I used it today. It's good for when your hair is pretty much dry. So I normally wash my hair and then I do my makeup or whatever I need to do first, and then my hair is the last thing that I would do before I leave the house. So by that time it's already like 80% dry, and then this just finishes off my hair, like it dries it completely, and at the same time it styles and smooths it, smooths it, so I don't have to go in with any straighteners or anything. And this is like the finished result. It's pretty smooth and the hair looks quite shiny, so there's no need for extra heat on top of a blow dry. So the second thing I want to mention is hair brushes. Hair brushes are crucial to not causing any more damage, because if you're using a bad hairbrush, it can literally just strip your hair and pull out unnecessary breakage and hair. So I switched to tangle teasers. I have about 6 tangle teasers. This is a wet one, and then this is just a normal one. It's a lot more gentle on the hair and it doesn't pull. So whenever you have like a hair knot or something, it just glides through the hair and detangles without pulling your hair, because the last thing you want is to have knots on your hair after a shower, and then especially when your hair is wet, it's really fragile. I used to use a wide tooth comb, but I don't use it anymore. I just use the tangle teaser wet brush. So when your hair is wet, the last thing you want to do is brush it and stretch it, because when your hair's damaged, it does feel really stringy and almost like an elastic band, and the more you stretch it, the more it damages and kind of just rips out your hair, and that is like the last thing that you probably want. The third thing I want to mention is hair ties. When my hair was damaged, I stopped using normal hair ties, especially elastic ones, because those can be really harsh on the hair. It might not feel like it, so if you tie your hair up, it might feel fine, but when you go to pull your hair out, it will tug at your hair a little bit, so it will pull out hairs, and if you're losing hair, like, that's the last thing you want. So I switched to scrunchies, especially like the big scrunchies that are more kinder and gentle on the hair, and unlimited hair grips and kind of like hairstyling. When your hair is damaged, you really just want to let it breathe. Don't do too much to it, because gosh, that's you're just killing your hair. The fourth thing that I switched up and allowed my hair to stop breakage and allow it to grow quicker was treatments, and I actually swore by this Olaplex. I went through so many bottles of this. I can't even tell you how terrified I was of washing my hair. So throughout my breakage damaged hair experience, I was using a lot of Bumble and Bumble shampoos. I find that they're really good for washing my hair, but it doesn't strip my hair and it doesn't damage my hair, and it's really moisturizing as well. I put on screen which ones I used. I obviously don't have it anymore because I finished it and threw it in the bin. But for conditioner, I didn't use any conditioner. I just went straight in with Olaplex, and I would leave it on my towel dried hair for maybe an hour, which seems a long time, because this is like, I think it tells you to leave it on for like 10 to 15 minutes, but I literally put Olaplex, this is number 3, the at-home treatment. I literally put it on all over my hair. Sometimes I would use up half a bottle in one treatment, and then I would just let it sit there for like an hour and marinate my hair, and that was the only thing that allowed me to have soft hair, because when I washed it out, you can really feel the difference, and it detangles and it smooths out your hair. If I was to go in with a normal conditioner, I don't think my hair would have survived. It would have just like, I would have had to like cut my hair into a bob, because I probably would have like lost a lot more hair. But the Olaplex number 3 hair treatment at home, it's actually a lifesaver. And if you can get into the hairdressers and get the Olaplex treatment, which is the number 1 and 2, that one is even more intense. But I wouldn't just go into the hair salon just for a treatment, only when I'm like already getting my hair cut or something. But if you can, then do that. Like, looking back, I wish I did do that, but I had this one at home, so I felt like it was sufficient. Like, yeah, so lifesaver. Skip the conditioner, go straight in with this treatment. It ends up being quite expensive, because I think I went through about 6 or 7 bottles of this in about half a year, I think. So yeah, it works out to be quite expensive, so about a bottle a month. On top of that, I must add that I didn't wash my hair often. Before, I would wash my hair nearly every day or every other day, but when my hair was breaking, I washed it like once a week, because first of all, I was terrified of washing my hair, because every time I washed my hair, I lost more hair. Second of all, I just realised that I need to let my natural hair oils moisturize my hair, because washing your hair too much can actually make your hair dry. So because it was blonde, it wasn't that obvious if I had greasy hair. When I have like black roots or black hair, then it's really obvious when the hair's greasy, but because my hair was blonde, it wasn't as obvious when my hair was greasy, so I could get away with only washing it once a week. So like I mentioned, I used a lot of Bumble and Bumble shampoo and conditioners, which I absolutely swear by. When your hair's damaged, you really need a good shampoo and kind of like hair products. You can't afford to, you know, scrimp on the money just to save money and buy just any old shampoo. You really need to find one that works with your hair, and if it means spending a little bit more money, then it's worth it, because hair is very important. Like, hair is on your head every single day, and if you're not feeling good about your hair, naturally you're not going to feel good inside. Another tip is to get your hair cut. I know it's very cliche, and I know a lot of people will probably already say this, or you probably had tips from people telling you to cut your hair, but it honestly is the only thing that you can do. I ended up trimming my hair quite often. Even though I didn't go much shorter, I trimmed the dead ends so that it would naturally slowly get shorter and all the dead ends would come off. When a hair is dead and it's just damaged and it has like 10 split ends on one hair strand, which is what my hair was like, the only thing that you can do is cut it off. Don't let the split end travel upwards, because that is what it does. Like, if you have a split end at the bottom, even if it's like 3 or 4 split ends in one hair strand, it will slowly travel upwards when it gets more and more damaged. So the only thing you can do to stop that is to cut it off. And even if you don't want to go short, at least trim the damaged hair ends. So that's what I did quite often, and then when it did grow slowly back to a decent length, I just took the plunge, and I, you know, when I cut my hair like this short, I think it was about a year ago now, I just had to get it cut because the ends were just so dry and damaged. It was, in my opinion, my only option if I wanted to grow my hair thick and healthy and long, and you know, I just needed to get rid of the dry dead ends. So you can use treatments, you can use shampoos, you can use all of the hair oils you want, but to really get rid of the dried damaged hair, you just need to, you know, cut it off. So as you can tell, my hair is really healthy now. It does need a little bit of a trim because the ends are a little bit dry, because I did get it bleached and coloured maybe a few months ago now. But it's not too bad. I can get away with not cutting it for a good few months. But as you can see, this is like my hair now. It's quite healthy. It's just blow dried with the BABYLISS hair tool. There's nothing like fancy going on. It is quite good condition, and it is really thick, and it is back to its former self. So I'm going to show you what I've been using for the past year or so, because I feel like that has helped maintain my hair and help it grow to what it is now. So first of all, let me get this shampoo and conditioner. It's been sitting in my empties kind of box for ages, because I've always wanted to save it so I can show you in this video, but I just never got around to filming this video. So this is the Pantene Hair Biology Defrizz and Illuminate shampoo and conditioner, and it's a different range to their kind of like normal Pantene hair care. It's a bit more pricier, but I feel like it works a lot better. I actually worked with Pantene like last year, and that's how I discovered these. They sent me it to try, and I was like, oh my gosh, this is amazing. They're both empty now. I used them both up, and I honestly felt like this did make a difference to my hair. If you don't have a lot of money to spend on shampoo and conditioner, if you don't have a lot of money to spend on shampoo and conditioner, then I would suggest checking this range out. I think it's about £6 each, so a little bit more pricey than say your £3 shampoo from Boots, but it is honestly worth it. I noticed a difference. The reason why I didn't repurchase it is because I simply have a lot of shampoo and conditioners that I get sent from PR, and when I finished one, even though I love it and I think it's really good, I do try to use up my shampoo and conditioners, because I feel like it's a waste if I just let other shampoo and conditioners sit there and I go out and buy a new one. So yeah, if you want a inexpensive good hair care range, then check out this Pantene collection. And then also I want to give a quick mention to Aussie. Aussie is just a go-to for me when it comes to drugstore shampoo and conditioners, especially the Miracle Moist one. literally smells like bubble gum. I've been using Aussie for years and years, even before I damaged my hair, and I just think it's a really good, fantastic drugstore shampoo and conditioner range. Even the 3-minute miracle mask, that is a really good hair mask as well. And I would definitely check out Aussie if you're, again, looking for a more affordable option. If you've got a bit more money to spend, the stuff that I've been using now, which is what I've used like yesterday, is the Bumble and Bumble Invisible Oil Shampoo. This is really, really moisturising. I don't use the conditioner. I do have the conditioner, but I chose to try this one instead. This is the Living Proof conditioner, and this is the Colour Care one. That's why I tried this one, because it's Colour Care. My hair is coloured now. So this one's really moisturising, and this one's really good for keeping my hair soft but keeping the colour good as well. So I've been using these two together. And then the one product that I do want to mention is the Bumble and Bumble Invisible Hair Oil. This is the hair oil that I use a lot. This is my third bottle now. I've used it non-stop. This is the only hair oil I've used for the past 3 years, I think. It does last a long time, because obviously hair oil, you don't need a lot. But having said that, I do go ham. I do about 7 pumps on my hair, which is quite a lot, but my hair is like thick and coarse and dry, so it does need it. I use this every time I take my hair out of a towel and it's wet. I use this throughout my whole damaged hair kind of phase, and it is honestly so good. It's really moisturising without being greasy. I find that some hair oils you can apply too much, and even when your hair is dry or when you've blow dried it or whatever, it still feels greasy because you've applied too much. This doesn't happen with this one. I can apply a lot and it doesn't feel greasy at all, and it just keeps my hair feeling really soft and manageable, and it really moisturises and injects that oil that I need. The last product that I do want to mention is the Bumble and Bumble Invisible Oil Heat UV Protective Primer. This is the product that I use before I blow dry my hair. So this is like a oil primer without being greasy, so I just spray it all over my hair to protect it before I go on to use any kind of like heated products. So yeah, this one's a really good one to look into as well, because it's not only protecting your hair, but it gives it like some moisture as well, because it's oil. Oh, my throat. I feel like I can't really talk because I've got a sore throat and I feel like I'm getting ill, which I do not want, so just trying to power through. So yeah, that is my tips for growing healthy long hair, what I've been using, what I've been doing. Obviously there's a lot of other hair care products that I've been using, but I don't feel like those are they're good hair products, but I don't feel like they're essential to good hair or hair growth or helping damaged hair. It's just a hair product like hairspray or dry shampoo, that kind of thing. So yeah, that is my tips and products that I've been using to treat my damaged hair and how I've, you know, grown this healthy long hair. The tip is just to be patient. There's no quick way about it. When my hair was short and when I was feeling self-conscious about my hair, I started using clip-in hair extensions, if you guys remember. So there's always ways around it, but the only thing that really helps the hair is to treat it, have it cut, and then be patient. There's no kind of like overnight trick, which I wish there was, but there really isn't. I'll list all of the items that I mentioned down below in the information box so that you can check them out, and you can go on the websites and read the ingredients and the descriptions and see how much things are and all that kind of jazz. So yeah, if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe. I'll see you in my next video. Bye guys.